back again, and welcome to the next episode of Cooking in the Raw, where everything is unedited, unscripted, unrehearsed. So if I make a mistake and if I burn something, it's live, it's real. Oops, and oops again for that. So on this episode of Cooking in the Raw, I'm going to do for you a spinach artichoke dip. I mean, in my past of cooking, when I made a spinach artichoke dip, I made a nice bechamel, a white sauce, a thick white sauce, and then added the ingredients, the artichoke, the spinach, and other spices and flavorings to the artichoke dip and cheeses, and there it was. But sometimes you don't have that amount of time to do those type of preparations. So I'm going to do a quick and easy way. So that's why this episode shows quick and easy spinach artichoke dip. Stay with me while I get that put together for you. So I'm getting all the ingredients ready for the artichoke dip here. I'm just finishing up chopping up the artichoke, and I want to show you the rest of the ingredients. We're going to have some spinach that it's called chiffonade, a fancy name for shredding the spinach. So I got some spinach. You hear that? I said Spanish instead of spinach. Maybe I should speak. ¿Se habla español? No. Okay, so I have some spinach chopped up here. I have my spices, in which I have garlic powder, onion powder, Italian herb blend, sea salt. I have a blend of Asiago and Parmesan cheese. I like that blend for some reason. It makes a good flavor characteristic. Then I have some sour cream, and I have some mayonnaise. As I told you, this is going to be a quick artichoke dip. Normally, as I said, I make a bechamel sauce. So let me finish chopping up this artichoke. I have the saute pan on the fire, getting ready, because I'm going to saute. You know, you find some recipes that tell you to use, you know, like frozen spinach or just fresh spinach. They ask you to cook it. But I'm simply going to give the spinach a nice little simple saute, just to evaporate it, get some moisture out of it, and then add it, cool it slightly, add it to the rest of my ingredients. Okay, there we go there. Pot's ready, nice and hot. We get that turned up here. La 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 la. Okay, keep it over here. Alright, find myself here. Always gonna have a utensil ready to go. Bring over the spinach. Heat. Now, we don't want to overcook this, but we want this to be nicely, lightly sauteed. We still want some structure in that artichoke and spinach dip. So let's add this. I have just a little bit of oil. So we're talking about what? A quarter of a teaspoon of oil, not much. So that gets added in. Very quick. Very quick. And see how quick that happens? And it's amazing about spinach. You start off with a bunch, and when you're done, there's nothing left. Now we have carryover heat here, so that's all we need. We want the carryover heat to finish cooking it. Okay? And that's it for the spinach. Cook off some of that rawness that exists. Forget the blanching, because then I got to wring out water. I don't want to do that. Okay? So now, for the fun part. While that spinach is cooling, we have the artichokes going in. Talk about Super Bowl. Very easy, very quick Super Bowl snack. Okay? Spinach is cooling. I'm going to go ahead and add in some mayo just to get the foundation started of the ingredients. I'm going to add some sour cream. Now, oftentimes I do equal parts sour cream, but since you have the artichokes that were in a brine, a vinegar and oil brine, you want to like balance out those flavors, the tanginess that exists. So you want to play around with it. So we give that a nice little mix here. Blending it all together. And as you can see, already nice and saucy. Okay? a very nice shortcut to having to go through and make a roux. Then add some milk, and then let it cook. Slowly reduce, cook off the raw flour, blah, 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 blah. It is worth it, and everyone should know how to make a bechamel. There's a lot you can do with it. So when I make a white sauce, I make enough that's going to last me. Alright, so let's start adding in some of our spices here. So we're going to add in a little bit of the garlic powder and start flavoring it here. Now, we can always adjust a little bit of the onion powder. Alright? So, I'm doing like what's equivalent to a half a teaspoon at a time and some herb here. It's a little pinch of herb. Now, salt. Very light pinch of salt I'm adding to this here. Because in our mayonnaise, there's salt. In our cheese, there's salt. A few grinds of pepper. Add some cheese. Give it a mix. Spinach is cooled. Add our spinach. Give it a mix. Now, this is where we begin to bring it all together. So, let's add a little bit more cheese in here. Because now, this next step here is right before serving. 350-degree oven, heat it up, get it nice and warm, let that cheesy flavor get blended throughout. Or you can have it cold. Or some people may use the convenience of the microwave. About 5 seconds, maybe 15 seconds on high heat in the microwave, if you're in a hurry. Alright? But I usually do it in the oven, heat it up, and throw some cheese on top, maybe some cheddar cheese, give a nice little coloring to it, right before service. Okay, let's give it a taste here, see where it's at. Add in the rest of our mayo. Sour cream. Some more of our spices. Now we're just bulking it up here. The garlic powder. Now as this sits ready to be heated, all these flavors are going to be blended in, going to be marinating or marrying itself to the dish. Some more herb. Grinds of salt. Anytime you add some other ingredients, you must always adjust your flavors. That's what I'm doing here. Readjusting. And that is our artichoke dip. Now, for the taste. Let's see what our camera person thinks of this. Now this is cold, this isn't hot. But let's see what she thinks. Oh, thumbs up! So as you can see, now it's in our heat-proof dish, ready to be heated up and served. I just have to throw on some cheddar cheese right before service. And I want to thank you again for joining me on another episode of Cooking in the Raw, where everything is unedited, unscripted. Of course, when I said Spanish instead of spinach, that tells you right there we're doing this live. So I'll see you next time. Enjoy.